Are you an entrepreneur looking for ways to fund your project or venture? Have you considered crowdfunding? Crowdfunding is a popular method of raising funds for a variety of projects and ventures through small contributions from a large number of people, typically via the internet. In this course on crowdfunding, we'll cover everything you need to know to launch a successful crowdfunding campaign, including the different types of crowdfunding, popular crowdfunding platforms, benefits, risks, and regulations. We'll explore donation-based, reward-based, equity-based, and debt-based crowdfunding, and discuss the pros and cons of each. You'll also learn how to create a compelling campaign, build a community of supporters, and navigate the legal and regulatory landscape. By the end of this course, you'll have the skills and knowledge you need to launch a successful crowdfunding campaign and turn your business idea into a reality. Join us today and start your journey towards crowdfunding success. Number 1, Definition. Crowdfunding is a method of raising funds for a project or venture by soliciting small contributions from a large number of people, typically via the internet. Are you an aspiring entrepreneur with a great idea but no capital to make it happen? Or maybe you're an artist looking for a way to fund your next project. If so, you've probably heard of crowdfunding. But what exactly is crowdfunding and how does it work? Crowdfunding is a powerful method of raising funds for a project or venture by soliciting small contributions from a large number of people, typically via the internet. It has revolutionized the way people can finance their dreams by giving them access to a vast network of potential investors and supporters. The concept of crowdfunding is simple. Instead of relying on a single investor or traditional financial institutions, project creators can pitch their ideas to a large audience of people who can contribute small amounts of money to support the project. This allows creators to bypass the traditional barriers to funding and gain access to a pool of capital that might not have been available to them otherwise. One of the most significant benefits of crowdfunding is that it provides a platform for projects that might not have access to traditional forms of financing. This can include creative endeavors such as films, music, and art projects, as well as innovative business ideas that may be too risky for traditional investors. Another benefit of crowdfunding is that it can help to validate a business idea and build a community of supporters. By pitching their ideas to a large audience, creators can gauge the level of interest and receive feedback from potential customers and investors. This can be invaluable in refining the project and ensuring its success. However, crowdfunding also comes with risks, including the potential for scams, failed projects, and legal issues. It's essential to carefully research and vet any project before contributing to ensure that it's legitimate and has a good chance of success. In conclusion, crowdfunding is a powerful tool that has opened up a world of possibilities for entrepreneurs, artists, and creators. It's a method of financing that is accessible, democratic, and innovative, and it has the potential to transform the way we fund projects and ideas in the future. Number 2, Types of crowdfunding. The main types of crowdfunding are donation-based, reward-based, equity-based, and debt-based. Are you looking for a way to fund your next project or business idea? Crowdfunding is a great option, but did you know that there are different types of crowdfunding? Each type has its own benefits and drawbacks, so it's important to understand the options before you start your campaign. The 4 main types of crowdfunding are donation-based, reward-based, equity-based, and debt-based. Donation-based crowdfunding involves soliciting donations from people who support a particular cause or project. This type of crowdfunding is often used for charitable causes or social impact projects, and contributors do not receive any financial return or equity in the venture. Reward-based crowdfunding, on the other hand, offers backers a non-financial reward or product in exchange for their contribution. The reward is typically related to the project or venture being funded and can range from early access to the product to personalized merchandise or experiences. Equity-based crowdfunding involves investors who receive equity or shares in the company or project being funded. This type of crowdfunding is often used by startups or early-stage businesses that are seeking funding and investors who are looking for a return on their investment. Finally, Debt-based crowdfunding involves borrowing money from a large number of individuals who are willing to lend funds to a project or venture. Borrowers are required to repay the loan with interest, making this type of crowdfunding similar to traditional borrowing but with a larger pool of potential lenders. Each type of crowdfunding has its own benefits and drawbacks, and it's important to choose the one that best fits your project or business. For example, donation-based crowdfunding may be better suited for social impact or charitable projects, while equity-based crowdfunding may be a better option for startups or businesses that are seeking funding to grow and scale. In conclusion, understanding the different types of crowdfunding can help you choose the best option for your project or business. Whether you're seeking donations, rewards, equity, or debt, crowdfunding can provide a powerful tool for raising funds and turning your ideas into reality. Number 3. Donation-based crowdfunding. This type of crowdfunding involves soliciting donations from people who support a particular cause or project. Contributors do not receive any financial return or equity in the venture. Are you passionate about a social cause or a charitable project? Do you need funds to make it happen? Then donation-based crowdfunding might be the perfect option for you. With donation-based crowdfunding, you can rally support from people who believe in your cause and want to contribute to it. This type of crowdfunding involves soliciting donations from individuals or organizations who want to support your project or cause. Unlike other types of crowdfunding, contributors do not receive any financial return or equity in the venture. Instead, they give money because they believe in the cause and want to help make it a reality. Donation-based crowdfunding is often used for social impact or charitable projects that have a strong mission or purpose. Examples include fundraising for disaster relief, supporting medical treatments for those in need, or funding projects that promote environmental sustainability or social justice. One of the biggest benefits of donation-based crowdfunding is that it allows you to tap into a large network of potential supporters. With the power of social media and online platforms, you can reach a global audience and encourage people from all over the world to contribute to your cause. However, it's important to note that donation-based crowdfunding is not a guarantee of success. It takes time and effort to build a community of supporters and promote your cause effectively. You also need to ensure that you are transparent about how the funds will be used and keep your supporters updated on the progress of the project. In conclusion, donation-based crowdfunding can be a powerful tool for raising funds and creating social impact. By rallying support from individuals who share your passion and vision, you can make a difference and bring your project or cause to life. Number 4. Reward-based crowdfunding. In reward-based crowdfunding, backers receive a non-financial reward or product in exchange for their contribution. The reward is typically related to the project or venture being funded. Do you have a creative idea or project that you need funding for? Reward-based crowdfunding might be the solution for you. With this type of crowdfunding, you can offer backers a non-financial reward or product in exchange for their contribution, creating a win-win situation for both parties. In reward-based crowdfunding, backers are not investing in the project or venture in the traditional sense. Instead, they are contributing funds in exchange for a reward or product that is typically related to the project being funded. For example, a filmmaker may offer early access to their film or exclusive merchandise to backers who contribute to their crowdfunding campaign. The rewards offered in reward-based crowdfunding campaigns can vary widely depending on the project and the creativity of the campaign organizers. They can range from simple thank you notes to personalized experiences or one-of-a-kind products. One of the biggest benefits of reward-based crowdfunding is that it allows creators to build a community around their project and offer something unique and valuable to their backers. It also allows backers to be a part of the project and feel like they are contributing to something they believe in while receiving something in return. However, it's important to keep in mind that delivering on rewards can be a logistical challenge, especially for larger campaigns with many backers. Creators need to ensure that they can fulfill their promises and deliver rewards in a timely and effective manner. In conclusion, reward-based crowdfunding can be a great option for creators who are looking for funding for their projects or ventures. By offering unique and valuable rewards to backers, creators can build a community and turn their ideas into reality. Number 5. Equity-based crowdfunding. Equity-based crowdfunding involves investors who receive equity or shares in the company or project being funded. Investors are typically looking for a return on their investment. Are you a startup or small business looking for funding? Equity-based crowdfunding might be the solution for you. With this type of crowdfunding, investors can receive shares or equity in your company or project in exchange for their contribution. In equity-based crowdfunding, investors are not simply contributing funds in exchange for rewards or products. Instead, they are investing in your company or project and looking for a return on their investment. This means that as your company or project grows, investors have the potential to earn a profit from their shares or equity. Equity-based crowdfunding is often used by startups or small businesses that are looking for funding to grow and scale their operations. It can be a great way to raise capital without taking on traditional forms of debt or giving up control of your company. However, it's important to note that equity-based crowdfunding comes with certain legal and regulatory requirements. These regulations are in place to protect both investors and companies, and they can vary depending on the country or region where the crowdfunding campaign is taking place. In conclusion, equity-based crowdfunding can be a great option for startups or small businesses that are looking for funding to grow and scale their operations. By offering shares or equity in exchange for investment, companies can attract investors who are looking for a potential return on their investment. However, it's important to ensure that you are complying with legal and regulatory requirements to protect both your investors and your company. Number 6. Debt-based crowdfunding. Debt-based crowdfunding involves borrowing money from a large number of individuals who are willing to lend funds to a project or venture. Borrowers are required to repay the loan with interest. Are you in need of funding for a project or venture but don't want to give up equity or shares in your company? Debt-based crowdfunding might be the solution for you. With this type of crowdfunding, borrowers can borrow money from a large number of individuals who are willing to lend funds in exchange for interest payments. In debt-based crowdfunding, borrowers are not giving up any ownership or control of their company or project. Instead, they are borrowing funds that they are required to repay with interest over a set period of time. This means that borrowers have access to funding without taking on traditional forms of debt or giving up any equity. Debt-based crowdfunding is often used by small businesses or individuals who are looking for funding for specific projects or ventures. It can be a great way to access funding from a large number of individuals without having to go through traditional lending institutions. However, it's important to note that borrowing funds through debt-based crowdfunding comes with certain risks. Borrowers need to ensure that they are able to repay the loan with interest within the agreed-upon time frame to avoid defaulting on the loan. In conclusion, debt-based crowdfunding can be a great option for small businesses or individuals who are looking for funding for specific projects or ventures. By borrowing funds from a large number of individuals, borrowers can access funding without giving up any equity or control. However, it's important to carefully consider the risks and ensure that you are able to repay the loan with interest within the agreed-upon time frame. Number 7. Crowdfunding platforms. Crowdfunding platforms are websites that connect project creators with potential backers. Some of the most popular crowdfunding platforms include Kickstarter, Indiegogo, GoFundMe, and Seedrs. Looking to start a crowdfunding campaign? You'll likely need the help of a crowdfunding platform. Crowdfunding platforms are websites that connect project creators with potential backers, making it easier for individuals and businesses to raise funds for their projects or ventures. Some of the most popular crowdfunding platforms include Kickstarter, Indiegogo, GoFundMe, and Seedrs. These platforms offer a variety of crowdfunding types, including donation-based, reward-based, equity-based, and debt-based crowdfunding. Using a crowdfunding platform can provide a range of benefits for project creators. For example, it can help increase visibility and reach, making it easier to attract potential backers. Additionally, crowdfunding platforms often provide tools and resources to help project creators create compelling campaigns, set funding goals, and manage funds once they are raised. However, it's important to note that using a crowdfunding platform typically comes with fees. These fees can vary depending on the platform and the type of crowdfunding being used. Project creators should carefully consider these fees and any other costs associated with crowdfunding before launching a campaign. In conclusion, crowdfunding platforms provide a convenient and accessible way for project creators to connect with potential backers and raise funds for their projects or ventures. However, it's important to carefully consider the fees and other costs associated with using these platforms before launching a campaign. By doing so, project creators can ensure that they are making the most of this powerful fundraising tool. Number 8. Benefits of crowdfunding. Crowdfunding can provide funding for projects that might not have access to traditional forms of financing. It can also help to validate a business idea and build a community of supporters. Crowdfunding has become a popular way for individuals and businesses to raise funds for their projects or ventures. This method of financing provides a range of benefits that traditional financing options may not offer. One of the most significant benefits of crowdfunding is that it provides funding for projects that might not have access to traditional forms of financing. For example, startups and small businesses may struggle to secure loans or investment from banks and other financial institutions. Crowdfunding provides an alternative source of funding that can help these businesses get off the ground. In addition to providing funding, crowdfunding can also help to validate a business idea. By launching a crowdfunding campaign and attracting backers, project creators can get feedback and support from a community of potential customers. This feedback can help to refine the business idea and ensure that it is viable before investing significant resources. Another benefit of crowdfunding is that it can help to build a community of supporters around a project or venture. Backers who contribute to a crowdfunding campaign are often invested in the success of the project and can become advocates for the business or cause. This community of supporters can provide valuable feedback, word-of-mouth marketing, and ongoing support for the project. In conclusion, crowdfunding offers a range of benefits for project creators, including providing funding for projects that might not have access to traditional financing, validating business ideas, and building a community of supporters. By taking advantage of these benefits, individuals and businesses can leverage the power of crowdfunding to bring their ideas to life and achieve their goals. Number 9. Risks of crowdfunding. Crowdfunding does come with risks, including the potential for scams, failed projects, and legal issues. Investors should carefully research and vet any project before contributing. While crowdfunding can be a powerful tool for raising funds and bringing innovative projects to life, it does come with some risks. One of the biggest risks of crowdfunding is the potential for scams. Unfortunately, there have been cases where individuals or businesses have launched crowdfunding campaigns with no intention of following through on their promises or delivering on their products. Another risk of crowdfunding is the potential for failed projects. While some projects may be successful and deliver on their promises, others may fail to meet their goals or encounter unexpected challenges that prevent them from delivering on their promises. Backers may end up losing their investment if a project fails. In addition to these risks, crowdfunding can also raise legal issues. Depending on the type of crowdfunding being used, there may be regulations and requirements that project creators and investors need to be aware of. Failure to comply with these regulations can result in legal penalties and other consequences. To minimize these risks, it is essential for investors to carefully research and vet any project before contributing. This includes reviewing the project's goals, team, and track record, as well as any legal or regulatory requirements that may apply. By doing their due diligence, investors can help to protect themselves and ensure that their contributions are going towards legitimate and promising projects. In conclusion, while there are risks associated with crowdfunding, these risks can be mitigated through careful research and vetting. By approaching crowdfunding with caution and due diligence, investors can help to ensure that they are supporting legitimate projects and minimizing their risk of fraud, project failure, and legal issues. Number 10. Regulations. Crowdfunding is regulated by the SEC in the United States and by financial regulators in other countries. Regulations can vary depending on the type of crowdfunding and the jurisdiction. As crowdfunding has become more popular in recent years, regulators around the world have taken notice and implemented regulations to protect investors and ensure that crowdfunding platforms and projects operate within the law. In the United States, the Securities and Exchange Commission regulates crowdfunding under the Jumpstart Our Business Startups Act. The JOBS Act allows businesses to raise funds through equity crowdfunding, but it also sets certain rules and requirements to protect investors. Other countries have their own regulations governing crowdfunding, which can vary depending on the type of crowdfunding being used and the jurisdiction. Some countries may require crowdfunding platforms to register with financial regulators or meet certain licensing requirements. Others may impose limits on the amount of money that can be raised through crowdfunding, or require businesses to provide certain disclosures or financial statements. These regulations are important for protecting investors and ensuring that crowdfunding is conducted in a transparent and trustworthy manner. By establishing clear rules and requirements, regulators can help to prevent fraud, promote fair competition, and ensure that investors have access to the information they need to make informed decisions. However, it's worth noting that regulations can also create barriers to entry for small businesses and startups, who may struggle to meet the requirements set by regulators. As such, there is a delicate balance to strike between protecting investors and promoting innovation and entrepreneurship. Overall, regulations play an important role in shaping the crowdfunding landscape and protecting investors from fraud and other risks. As crowdfunding continues to evolve and grow, it's likely that regulators will continue to adapt and refine their rules and requirements to keep pace with the changing landscape of alternative finance.